All right, so today's YouTube wellness presentation is life hacks for weight management. Simple daily strategies to help you reach your weight management goals. So, this is a presentation I initially did on site in the break room a few weeks ago, and just now turning it out for this YouTube format. So, what exactly is a life hack, specifically pertaining to health and wellness and weight management? Really, weight management is about the decisions that we make every day. What exactly are we putting on our plate, and how much are we putting on our plate? How much are we moving our body? What is keeping us accountable to the things that we're trying to accomplish? Life hacks are simply there to help us control the things that we can control and to help us make the decisions that we want to make to meet the lifestyle changes that we're trying to bring about. So, again, a life hack is a simple strategy. It's something we do every day that we can use to keep us on target with our goals. So, a few specifics we'll cover today. Controlling your eating environment. There's a lot of research that goes into the kind of visual cues that we get from our environment, and oftentimes how we go about setting up our environment for our success has a big impact on the foods we choose to eat and how much we do eat. We'll talk a little bit about mindfulness applied to diet and the lifestyle hacks that we can employ to help with mindfulness. We'll talk about life hacks for planning meals and snacks, another great strategy there. Filling up on fiber first as a wonderful life hack to help with keeping us full. We'll take a look at water and hydration and the importance there, and some life hacks we can use to help with water intake. And we'll take some steps to hold ourselves more accountable with some life hacks we can employ there, as well as life hacks for movement. So, first, we'll look at some life hacks for controlling your eating environment. Again, life hacks are all about making it easier, employing these little strategies to make it easier for us to make the decision we ultimately are trying to make. Looking at controlling your environment, certainly cleaning out your refrigerator and pantry, and restocking the healthier things that you're trying to make. Again, making it easier for you to make that decision to grab that apple or that banana. Another life hack, keeping healthier choices front and center, not only at home but at work as well. Again, the perfect example is that fruit bowl right on the kitchen table, for instance, or the healthy pantry items that might be on your desk or somewhere close where you're going to see them regularly. The opposite end of that equation is a life hack to make certain that we're not tempting ourselves, right? So keeping those sweets and the unhealthy foods we're trying to avoid, keeping those out of sight and out of mind. If you can avoid buying them altogether, even better. But certainly, I understand we have families, we may have kids that enjoy a sweet treat here and there. So do your best to keep those up high somewhere or in a cabinet somewhere where you don't see them regularly. Again, we're taking these proactive life hack steps to make it easier for us to make the decisions we want to make day in and day out. Here's a few more life hack or thoughts on controlling your eating environment. Establishing a routine where you're eating most of your meals at home. A good positive life hack there. Anytime we're eating, for instance, at a restaurant or doing a lot of carry-out meals, we lose a lot of control over how that food is prepared. The portion sizes are usually 2 to 3 times what we really need. So again, we're losing the control, and it's making it more difficult for us to make the decisions that we want to make. So when you're eating most of your meals at home, hopefully you're doing the cooking, you're preparing those meals, and you're controlling exactly what and how much goes on your plate. Another life hack for controlling your eating environment is eating most of your meals at the dining room table. So this is a strategy or tip which gets into the concept of mindful eating. Again, at that point, you're really making that meal the focal point of what you're doing, versus eating or dining being the thing that we're doing along with all the other things that we're doing when we're multitasking. Again, when we're in that situation and we're eating in front of the TV or eating in front of a device, that makes it more difficult for us to be in touch with our hunger and satiety cues. We're much more likely to put more on our plate, go up for seconds, eat faster than we typically would. If we're eating at a dining room table, we're more focused on what we're doing, how much we're eating, the pace that we're eating. You want to eat at a nice, slow pace. So definitely make the meal the main event by eating most of your meals at that dining room table. So next we'll take a look at some life hacks for mindful eating. So this really gets into that philosophy of really being aware of your surroundings, your environment, your food, and being very in tune with your hunger and satiety signals, so that we're listening to those signals and incorporating life hacks that help us stop eating before we're stuffed is really the goal behind all of it. So making sure that you're taking your time while you're eating. A simple life hack may be putting your fork or your spoon or your sandwich down in between bites, really focusing on chewing your food thoroughly, and not immediately going in for that second bite or third bite. Making sure you're unplugging from the distractions. Again, we talked a little bit about that already in terms of making the meal the main event. So again, you're not, more times than not, eating in front of the TV or eating with a device or eating while you're working. So those life hacks that put us at the dinner table and away from those distractions are going to certainly help us with portion control. And another life hack is that goal to pay attention to your hunger and satiety signals. So basically, you want to try to start a meal or a snack before you're starving, and you want to stop a meal before you're stuffed. So you want to be in kind of a happy medium between I'm just hungry, just now hungry, and I'm starting to eat, and I am satisfied with my meal, but not stuffed. Again, somewhere in that happy medium, you're going to be able to control your portions much better. So the next life hack is packing your meals and snacks. Again, life hacks are all about creating the situation with our strategies and our habits that help us make a better decision with respect to our goals. So scheduling your meals and your snacks. When exactly am I going to eat that mid-morning snack or that afternoon snack? When is lunch coming into play? When is dinner? And having a plan for what those foods are. You're packing your lunches and snacks to accommodate the snack time of the day, the lunch time of the day. Again, all these life hacks help to create a scenario that it makes it easier for us to make the decision that we're trying to eat. Always keeping a supply of healthy alternatives at work. So even if we fail to pack a lunch, hopefully we've got a healthy option at work with us so that we can turn to that versus a fast food or a vending machine type of an option. And of course, do your best to portion your meals and snacks in an appropriate manner, not portions that are too large. Again, keeping in mind what your goals are, if your goals are weight loss related, or if they're simply weight management related.